welcome back to T's Back Deck Bistro. Glad you're here. Today we are going to make a bacon wrapped venison, sausage, and cheese fatty. I'm going to start with my dry ingredients first. Here's the secret ingredient. Stovetop. Seriously, it's already seasoned up. Make things easy on yourself, right? Stovetop. Onion powder. Salt. Black pepper. A little bit of milk, actually. We're getting into our wet ingredients now. 2 eggs, beaten, whisked, just mixed up pretty good. Ketchup. Now you could use your favorite barbecue sauce if you want, up to you. We're basically just making a meatloaf, so you do you. And a little bit of Worcestershire. And just fold that all in until it's incorporated. You want all the stovetop nuggets in here to get coated. Next, I'm going to add my venison. Just get all that incorporated in there, mixed up. You don't want to over mix it and beat it to death. You just want to make sure everything is incorporated. Saw on a cooking show one time that, think of your fingers as pitchforks. You just get in there. Get your pitchforks in here. Mix it up. Also going to add some high temp cheddar cheese to this, because who doesn't like cheese? We all love cheese. Makes life better. I'm going to set this aside in the fridge for a little bit while I work on the next part. That way everybody here at the party can get to know each other. Next part, we're going to work on our sausage. I'm just going to use store-bought popular sausage. Grab yourself a couple of sheets of parchment paper. You're going to want one for the top and the bottom. I do this on a cookie tray just to make things a little easier. Not going to do anything special with this sausage other than just spread it out. And we'll put the parts together once we get done. Boop. You want to just get this in an even layer as possible. Doesn't have to be perfect. There, that's done. We'll set it aside. You'll understand the importance of the parchment paper as we go along, trust me. Now we're going to do the same thing with our meat mixture that we just did with our sausage mixture. I like using a small cookie sheet because it has some edges on here and keeps things kind of uniform. You could wing it and do it on your flat countertop. As always, you do you. Ta-da! Remember the sausage mixture? We're going to put these together now. The beauty of the parchment paper, I told you were going to like that. More fun with parchment paper today. Word of the day, parchment paper. Beauteous. Get yourself some more parchment paper. Could be a drinking game. Every time you hear parchment paper, take a drink. I have about 2 pounds of bacon here. I'm not sure how much of it I'm going to end up using, but better to have too much than not enough. Here's where we're going to learn how to make a bacon weave. It's not hard. These are a little stuck together, so I'm going to separate them a little. It's a little weenie piece. We'll save that for later. Whoa, look at that. Goodness. There's bacon everywhere. Nothing wrong with that. These bacon strips aren't too terribly long, but that's okay. We really just want to get as much coverage as we can. It's still going to be awesome. So I got like 10 pieces of bacon here. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to take every other one, fold it towards me. I think I'm going to go 11. Do 11. And we take these other pieces of bacon and we put it right there. Hold them back. And you're going to take the opposite ones that you just did. Every other one. And repeat the process. I'm only going to use half of this. Instead of making one gigantic log that's going to take a lot of time to cook, I'm going to make 2 smaller logs. Now I got this smaller piece here. Now I'm just going to use this parchment paper here as a tool. And I'm just going to roll this up into like a big meat Swiss roll. Just like that. I'm going to take this, put it on here. Again, using our parchment paper as a tool. And there you go. Assembly's done. I'm going to take care of the other one. Be right back. Okay, we got a sheet tray with some racks on here. Got some foil on the bottom, make for easy cleanup. Here's where I think people go wrong with meatloaf type things. They bake it in here. You want to make me cringe? Tell me you're going to make meatloaf in a loaf pan. Please don't do that. Use racks. Because what's going to happen if you use that loaf pan, you're just going to end up boiling your meat. There's no place for all that extra grease to go. So, get yourself some racks. Even put it on a broiler pan. Just some place for that grease to drip down into and to get away from your meat. Plus, when you put it on the racks, all the outsides are going to get nice and brown. You're going to get that crunchy, golden brown and delicious part. That's what you want, right? Who wants boiled meat? Not me. Oh, doesn't that make you just want to kiss your mama? I'd love to kiss my mama right now. Mom, I love you. And Dad, too. Don't want to forget Dad. Dad's awesome, too. Love you, Dad. That's part of why I make these YouTube videos is I live out of state from my parents. So this is a chance for them to get to see what I'm doing, and I'm having a bunch of fun with it. So I'm going to put these in the oven just like this at 350 uncovered. I'm going to check them in every so often, probably every half hour. I'm going to check on them. If your bacon starts to get a little too crispity, crunchity, just put a loose piece of foil on there to protect that and stop the browning process. Normally I would toss these bundles of joy in my smoker, but it's middle of February in central New York. It is not conducive for my electric smoker. So we're going to put them in the oven right now. These guys were in the oven a little over an hour. I did have to put a little bit of foil over the top to keep the bacon from getting too brown, like I had mentioned earlier. So internal temperature of 150. They've been sitting for about 10 minutes, so little residual cook on there. Let's open them up. Look at that. Moist and juiciness. Little hot. Oh man. This is why it is so hard to go out to eat anymore. Mm, 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 mm. So good. Thanks for joining me today at T's Back Deck Bistro.